All right, Reds franchise, the finale. I'm sorry about the delays. You know, it's just so tough with football season and the offseason going crazy. But the finale of Reds franchise is finally here. As you may be watching this, I could be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Bengal during MLB season. I'm live actually pretty frequently. I might even be live right now. If you're watching this as soon as it comes out, I'm live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/Bengal. I'll be revealing my franchise team for MLB The Show 24, which comes out tonight, midnight Eastern, 11 Central, and it should be super exciting. And I'm actually decent at MLB The Show if you guys actually watch me play the game, so it should be fun. But we have unfinished business here on MLB 23. Again, link is down in the description for the twitch.tv/Bengal. We've unfinished business. We're 2-0, up 2 games on the Astros, which feels great. We need 2 more wins. We need 2 more. And we have brought a World Series to the city of Cincinnati for the first time in a long time. We have, let's see here, 1 hour when MLB The Show 24 comes out. And I think for game 1, we're going to player lock with our superstar, Elly De La Cruz. He's been awesome in these playoffs, has slowed down a little bit in the World Series. Jake Fraley has been our MVP. Tyler Stevenson's played really well as well. I did see a comment or two maybe in the last episode about the chat not being on the screen. Maybe it's a little bit distracting. I can make it a little bit smaller, but I do think it's fun to see everybody's reaction when awesome things happen. So I'm going to be keeping it for now. I think it's kind of a fun twist to make it feel like a more interactive experience. Will that be happening at the beginning of MLB The Show 24 franchise? I don't know. I would lean no, but I can't completely say no, because I do think it is a fun addition. That's just my point of view. And I do think I'm going to be more Twitch-focused this year for MLB 24. But again, that's not the focus. 2 wins away. Jose Urquidy on the mound for Houston. 5 ERA in 11 innings in this postseason. WHIP near 1.4. And, of course, Elly starts us off. First 2 up went down. Elly looking to keep the inning alive. And you know if he gets on base, a lot can happen. Electric speed for Elly De La Cruz, who actually could be a really fun Battle Royale option for MLB 24. Somebody was asking me in the chat earlier about the best Battle Royale star. And Elly, if he's only a silver, and I think he's going to be a gold, but if he's only a silver, with his power and his speed and his arm, he could be amazing. Here's a 1-2. Fastball popped up. Should be an easy play for the third baseman, and Elly ends the top half of the first inning. Got to clean up the commentary a little bit, too. I don't know. We took a really good swing on the first changeup. Timed it up well. That fastball obviously got a little bit in on me. And Houston actually ended up taking the lead before Elly's next plate appearance. We've had a lot of trouble against Urquidy so far. And that's obviously, you know, not ideal. Elly 5 homers and 16 RBIs in his last 10 games, though, is an insane stretch. And again, Elly's going to pop up down the third base line. That was a hanging curveball, really a pitch to hit. Tried to stay back on that, but unfortunately just a little bit late. Garrett, again, no limits. Thank you guys for the subs. Maisie says we pregnant at 11 months. I don't know if that's a late baby. Speaking of that, Xanderverse, welcome back. 26 months. You streaming tonight? Xanderverse, underrated Twitch streamer. You see him on the screen, maybe. Come on, Elly. We tied things up, and Elly actually got pretty good wood on this one. A little bit late on a circle change, but that's headed to the gap in left center. It's actually going to one-hop off the wall. Fielded by the center fielder. Throw into third base, not in time. Elly De La Cruz with a 1-out triple, showing that speed, and we're just weak contact really away from scoring. And this wasn't even Elly's A swing. That just shows the type of power he has. Kind of jams him a little bit late on an inside pitch, and he goes the other way. Nearly hit it out to left center. Unreal. All Tyler O'Neill has to do is not strike out. Put the ball in play. He struck out. Struck out looking. Do anything. If you make any contact that isn't a line out, Elly De La Cruz scores. It's maybe a pop out, right? Probably stops it too. But a fly out, a ground out. Elly's tagging on the fly out. He's scoring on the ground out. Now we need Captain Clutch, Jake Fraley, Rake Fraley, to get a hit, and he strikes out. Jose Urquidy is dealing. Bear Dog, thanks so much for the tier 1. Dude, how do we not score on that? A one-out triple with 99 speed, and nothing happens? And now with Graham Ashcraft on the mound, we need to get out of a jam here. Ground ball towards Elly. We're actually going to watch this double play, and that is the inning. I don't know why we were out there for that. I guess so we could cover third to get the lead runner. But I'm okay watching him turn 2, working out of the jam. Beautiful work from Graham Ashcraft. I mean, he is a ground ball pitcher, despite having electric stuff. Tap Scott, thanks for the gift sub to Chris Olave. Is that actually Chris Olave's account? Bear Dog again, thanks for the tier 1. LVY, welcome back. Good to see you again. And we actually took the lead. Jose Urquidy out of the game. Let's see. RBI for Jonathan India. 2 for 4 today. Love that. And he actually homered. Matt McLain with a pair of doubles as well. Matt McLain's starting to catch fire a little bit. I know he's only hitting .239 in the postseason, but he's been good. He's been quite a good player. Tyler Duffy on the mound now for the Astros. Former Twin. They turn to the bullpen. And that is a pitch to hit. Elly again, a little bit late on it. Finds a gap. Get past the shortstop. And now we have, again, unbelievable speed on the bases with just 1 out. And look who it is. Tyler O'Neill. I think we're going to try to take second base, though. Get in scoring position. Little slide step. Pitch out. Doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't matter. Elly's safe at second. We might even want to try to score again. Over 20 miles per hour, which probably, I don't know. That is fast. But if you're the fastest player in baseball, which Elly De La Cruz might be, I think you could run faster than 20 miles per hour off that. Slow ground ball to short. We're not going to advance. O'Neill can't run it out. Like, if you look at the combine speeds, even Keon Coleman, who ran a 4.6, he was over 20 miles per hour in the gauntlet drill. I think Elly, not even have to worry about catching a football running full speed for 90 feet, could get, significantly over 20 miles per hour. I'm not saying, he's going to run 25 miles per hour, but 22, 23, I think is certainly within the realm of possibility. But that is game 3 done and dusted. The Astros go down again. 2-1 victory as we score in the 8th. Elly with a 2-hit game, but he was not the hero in this one. Didn't really have much going on behind him. Alexis Diaz getting the big close. Jonathan India with a home run. Solo shot really put us in a great position. And the other RBI, of course, Jesse Winker. Sack fly to likely score Matt McLain. No, it wasn't. It was Hunter Renfroe who got on base with the run. And we are just 1 game away from being World Series champions. Go Cards, yum. Thank you so much for the 34 months in a row. It's going great, man. It's an electric night. I keep using the word electric, but that's it, man. Electricity in the air. We're 1 game away from being World Series champions. New games coming out tonight. We can explore a new team. And, of course, with the Diamond Dynasty stuff, I get to be competitive again. Which, I mean, that's part of why I've loved Counter-Strike the past few months. I've been streaming that, if you guys didn't know, here on YouTube, if you're watching. It feels good to try to be good. I'm not, in this series, I let the CPU kind of take over the attributes, control it for a better overall experience. Because I think you guys saw there's one episode, I think we were playing the Braves. It might have been in the playoffs. And I think we were down, and I'm just like, okay, let's make a comeback. And I scored like 8 runs with we only getting 1 out. So, I don't know. It's a little bit more fun to let the attributes kind of do the talking over me in franchise, but I do actually like to be good. D-Dot, welcome back for 22 months. Raptor, thank you so much. Welcome with the tier 1. I tweeted about my Keenan Allen trade thoughts. Put up a YouTube short, put up a TikTok. Overall, good move for Chicago, of course. But again, 1 game away. Let's jump in. Yanni Chirinos. Little opener action. I could be down for that. We're trying to win on the road at Minute Maid. Hunter Green is an option. Let me know in the chat. Do we start Hunter Green on short rest? Or do we go opener into Hunter Green? Hunter Green's going to pitch. It's World Series. It's the clinching game. Match point, if you want to call it that. Win, and we are World Series champions. Boys, thanks so much for the Prime sub. Let's see what their lineup is. Adam Frazier, Alex Kirilloff, Yordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker. That's 3 straight lefties. What? That's 4 straight lefties. Excuse me. Do we open with Skubal? I think we're going to go all out. I think Tarek Skubal is our opener against the 4 straight lefties. Then we go to Hunter Green. And then bullpen if we need it. Chirinos can be an option. Tarek Skubal's been so awesome for us in this postseason. And I don't need a lot of innings. I don't need a lot of pitches. 1 inning. Or maybe get to Kyle Tucker would be fine. Maybe 2 innings. Here, downtown Houston, at Minute Maid. I'll tell you, as much as I hate the Astros, and I didn't always. I grew up kind of liking the Astros, even though I was a Yankees fan. They played in the NL Central. You know, all my family in Houston, big Astros fans. I have a 95-year-old great aunt who loves the Astros. Loves the Astros. Doesn't miss a game, I swear. And I have to, every time I see her, I have to... She doesn't even give me trash about it. She's just, you know, the Astros are just better. And what am I supposed to say? It's been true. Big Jesus, thanks so much for the tier 1. Welcome back 30 months. Anyway, this is a great ballpark is kind of what I'm getting at. It's an awesome atmosphere. They've got, you know, as much as they're mean to me when I go to the games, you know, they got a passionate fan base. Billionaire Life, thanks so much for the tier 1. And Lance McCullers is going to try to keep the Astros, going to try to keep the trash, I guess I just can't not say it. Keep the Astros in the game. In the series. Here's Jonathan India. Full count to our leadoff hitter. 900 OPS in the postseason. And the count will stay full. Here we go. Come on, Jonathan. Yeah, I thought that might have been a fastball. Maybe a cutter low in the zone. Slider underneath it. McCullers gets a strikeout to start. That's a good pitch, actually. That's a good pitch. And he's going to live low in the zone, it looks like. Stevenson's been amazing, too. OPS over 1,200 in this postseason. And this is actually hit very well to right field, but foul. And that's another strikeout. My stream actually went down briefly, but we should be back with a refresh. Video, I'm sure, is unchanged. We struck out back-to-back. So, not a great start. You didn't miss much. Caden, thanks for the Prime sub. Come on, Ellie. Keep this inning alive. Do something for us. You're due for a homer. Ground ball to short. Great speed isn't great enough. 1, 2, 3. Down go the Reds. And we took a gamble starting Tarek Skubal here in Game 4. But we have games to work with. We have a 3-0 lead. It would be highly improbable to blow this. I'll say that much. Again, if you guys could say refresh in the chat, I'd be very appreciative. But we have 4 straight lefties. Adam Frazier's given us a lot of problems in this series already. He's been a little twerp. Skubal gets him to roll over. Easy out number 1. Here's Alex Kirilloff. I don't know why the Astros have ordered things the way they have. Kirilloff actually hit that fairly well, but lines out. Des Powers, thanks for the Prime. Dan LUFC 2003 with a Prime. Thank you guys very much. If you guys do have a Prime sub sitting around, test it out. See if you got one. If you got Amazon Prime, you get a Twitch Prime sub for free once per month as Alvarez goes down swinging, handcuffed by a sinker. And we'll see if we can actually get some runs. Some run support for Skubal early. Again, I don't expect him to go very deep into this game. I will probably leave him for Tucker, but Tyler O'Neill goes down swinging, and I am off to a not-so-great start. Good timing on that swing. Unfortunately, we cannot connect. Tyler O'Neill has really struggled. Ganja Life, thank you for the Prime sub. Jake Fraley, now would be the time to be a hero again. Amazing postseason. We can take that. You get 3 strikes for a reason. Good pitch to hit, though. Good pitch to hit. I think I would have been late on it. Come on, Jake. Why am I'm always late on breaking balls or off-speed pitches, but typically breaking balls, breaking towards the batter. From the opposite hand, Fraley gets a hold of this one, though. Knuckle curve up in the zone. Fraley didn't miss it. It's going to be a stand-up double with 1 out. Jake Fraley delivers. The legend of Rake Fraley continues. Why is he so good? I mean, I guess a knuckle curve belt high would, you know, an MLB hitter probably would hit that pretty well. But he's just a machine. Steve-O, thanks for the Prime sub. Here is Hunter Redfro. OPS over 1,000 here in the postseason. Our hitter's been unreal. Even the guys who were kind of slow in the regular season, a lot of them have really come alive in the postseason too. Way outside. Good eye from Redfro. Here's a 2-2. Great take. And that's a pitch to hit. Another hanging breaking ball. It should be back-to-back doubles. And the center fielder falls down. Do we push it? We got 1 out. Get to 3. Here comes Renfroe. Not in time. It is a triple. RBI triple for Hunter Renfroe. Fraley scores. And I was going to say Renfroe takes his place on second, but he gets a full extra base because of the dive by Chas McCormick in center. Got no funds. Welcome back 12 months. Yeah, Drake May on the Giants feels improbable. X-Forced with the Tier 1 for 3 months in advance. I appreciate the love. Ground ball. Can we score here? Here's a throw home. Everybody's safe. Back to first, not in time. Renfroe retreats to third. What are you doing? I get in that spot you have to stop the run from scoring, but you can't not get an out in that spot. Is that Q-Von? Cuxvon? You gotta help me out with that one. Thanks for the Tier 1. B. Scalise with the Prime. I appreciate you. Yeah, 2 years is big time. Here's Jesse Winker. He's been a great guy for us at the back of the lineup. Runners on the corners. 1 down, no double play, Jesse. We take a walk. We would take a walk here. And we are going to get Hunter Green moving in the bullpen. I don't love my middle relief options. You can see the ERAs here, the postseason ERAs for Abbott's over 6, over 5 for Griffin Canning, near 5 for Antone, near 5 for Caleb Ferguson. The back part of our bullpen's been better, but I don't know how we go to any of these guys in good faith trying to win the World Series. We're going to warm up Chirinos as well. Saiyan Prodigy, thanks so much for the Prime sub. And they are really worried about the speed of Matt McClain. Come on, Jesse. Give us a pitch to hit, Lance. That's a pitch to hit, and Winker doesn't miss it. See you later. It's a 3-run bomb for Jesse Winker, and we're going to go up 4-0. McCullers can't believe it. 111 off the bat, 420 to right, and it is a 4-0 ball game. Jesse Winker, unbelievable. Great to see it. You can't make that mistake. You cannot make that mistake to Jesse Winker. Absolutely not. Huge. And now we're going to see Christian Encarnacion Strand. McCullers still in the game. CES on the ground at second base. Not handled. And CES with enough speed. Cess with a single. Well earned. GW gifting himself the Nightbot. Thank you, GW. We're back up to the top of the order, trying to keep this alive. 3-1. Great hitters count. But we'll take ball 4. Runners on first and second. Still only 1 down, and you got to wonder, how long can the Astros keep Lance McCullers out there? Arguably our best hitter at the plate. Tyler Stevenson takes ball 2. I mean, this is game over with an extra base hit, I think. You got to think with that mindset. Do damage, 3-1. And Ellie's up next. Can you imagine the scenes? Bases loaded. We could win the World Series in this game, and it's our young superstar, Ellie De La Cruz, at the plate. We're going to take ball 4. Bases juiced. McCullers is still out there, and Ellie De La Cruz is at the plate. Here's the 2-1. Looking to do damage. This could be the game with something big. And McCullers can't find the zone. 3-1. Ellie scored 6 runs in the last 7 games. A big part of why we're actually finding postseason success. If he gets on base, it's a run. If you don't have, 2 outs a lot of the time. And Ellie is going to walk. McCullers walks in a run. 5-0 Reds. The bases stay loaded. McCullers' day is done. Oh my goodness, the absolute collapse. I think that's a late hook. That is a late hook. Forrest Whitley, former top prospect for the Astros, is going to find his way onto the field. And here's Tyler O'Neill. It's a full count to him. He's really struggled in the past couple of games, but he's been good overall. If there was ever a time to bust out of a slump, it's in a full count with the bases loaded. And that's a little jam shot that finds the grass! 1 run scores. Here comes number 2. Play at the plate. Not in time. It's going to be a 2 RBI single, advancing to second on the throw from Tyler O'Neill. Sometimes better to be lucky than good. Got jammed with the hard inside sinker. Tucker didn't quite have the arm. Very accurate throw, but not enough on it and not low enough. And this is becoming a blowout. In Game 4 of the World Series, Jake Fraley's back up, and this second inning will not end for the Astros. Crankin, welcome back, 13 in a row. Appreciate you, Crankin. That was a pitch to hit, too. Can't really miss that. Can't be late. Whitley throws a little bit harder, though. And that 2-seam really does look like a sinker. That has some real, diving action. Ooh. Very early on the changeup. That is so slow in comparison, it feels like. Fraley nearly hit. I'd love to have a benches clearing brawl up 7-0, but we're trying to keep that momentum going. Full count to Fraley. Pitch to hit. Fraley missed it. A rare miss in that spot. Good timing on the heater, just a little bit too high, and then it's going to be a rollover from Hunter Renfroe, and just like that, we leave a couple on base and cannot extend this inning. Yeah, BR tonight is all but a guarantee. Scooble stays out there. 3-2 to Tucker. We have a 7-0 lead. And we got the pop-up. Stevenson underneath. Out number 1. And I think coming up against Pena, McCormick, Candelario, I thought McCormick would be significantly better against lefties. I think he actually is. But the numbers here say otherwise. I'm going to leave Scoople out there. C. Schmidt with the prime sub. Is that Clark Schmidt, Yankee legend? South Carolina Gamecock? I highly doubt it. But obviously he's a Yankees fan. I got to ask. You never know. And don't say that's weird because Tommy Canely, he's a stream watcher, okay? Okay, he's one of the boys. Very Tubby with the prime sub. Thank you very much, Very Tubby. Wow, that one's actually smoked to right field. Going to take a carom off the wall. Renfroe plays it off the one hop. Great speed from Pena, but a great throw from Renfroe. Still not in time, and that's going to be all for Scooble. Not going to force it. Not going to extend it. We're going to bring in Chirinos, I think. And we still have Hunter Green in the back pocket. Chirinos has been awesome. ERA just over 1 in 8 innings. Lefties have hit him much better than the righties have. And that's a lot to do with this sinker. 2-2. Slider. I'll take a rollover. Good spot for it. A strikeout, maybe even better. Leaves a runner at second base. Yanni Chirinos doing the job. Gotta love that. Gotta love it. All right. Jamer Candelario. Can you be out number 3? That's a great pitch from Chirinos. We have a base open and a lead. But at the same time, we don't really want to put this guy on. And we also don't want to pitch to the Crawford boxes. Might just go fastball up in the zone. And Candelario takes it. Pedro Leon, 083 in the postseason. Just trying to jump that sinker. Get it out to Crawford boxes. Can't find it. Your dad's name is Mike Schmidt, but not the Mike Schmidt. That's kind of funny. All right. Inning over. It feels like we played 9 innings. And that's just the second over with. 7-0. Here is Matt McClain. Pop out. I mean, insurance would be great. I think right now we're just kind of on cruise control. I think you guys would probably agree. Jesse Winker looking to find a way on. Can you guys even see the chat here? I'll put it down here. 3-1 to Winker. Has already homered in this game. Ooh. Do you take that pitch? Good timing, but too low. Winker can't connect. And that is a hanging curveball right down the middle. A little bit late. Winker pops out. Chris B, thanks so much for the prime sub. I'd like to get a little insurance. I know we're up 7-0, but you never know. You know, an inning or two, big inning, and the Astros are back in this. I mean, it's early. That's why this is still a problem. If this were the 6th or the 7th inning, all right, we're on cruise control. We got a big enough lead. They have a lot of at-bats left. They've only made 6 outs. Keep that in mind. Ground ball. Cess is retired. Good pitch. I mean, you got to swing at that with 2 strikes. So, it's going to be Sam Huff, Adam Frazier, and Kirilloff. 9, 1, and 2 in the order. I don't know that I want to keep Chirinos in there to face the lefties. We're going to get Caleb Ferguson up. And we're going to see if we can get through Sam Huff with Chirinos. No, ball. Can't walk him. Can't walk him. No free base runners. If he homers, whatever. No free base runners. Ground ball, free base runner anyway. He earned it. He earned it, though. That's the difference. Getting a Burns jersey for the back wall. Dude, I have to, right? I wanted to get a Kayvon Thibodeau, like, Giants throwback alternate signed jersey, but I couldn't really find one. So, I still have the background. The background, people who don't know me stumble upon my content all the time, and I don't know what they think, right? It's such a weird smorgasbord of teams. You have, right now, nobody knows that's Ricky Williams, by the way. Nobody seems to. Texas. Vikings, Broncos, but it was Giants. Then you have Giants. It's actually Damian Lillard, Trailblazers. Gleyber Torres is over right there. You can't really even see it, though. I have a Bills helmet. I have a Bengals helmet. I have a Packers helmet. A lot of these things I didn't buy. And it's just, I probably should have given them away. But it takes a lot of time to organize that type of thing. So they're just in the background. But, yeah, I need more Giants. I want maybe more Giants and Texas themed. We'll see. Here's a 2-2 to Alex Kirilloff. Ferguson in the game now, of course. And that is a beautiful pitch up and in. Kirilloff tied up. Can't even get the swing off. Ricky's my guy as a Saints fan. Surprised you have good memories of Ricky with the Saints. Ferguson stays in for Alvarez and gets a pop-up. Yordan Alvarez really, it feels like, has been neutralized by us. And maybe that's just because of the past game or two, but hasn't done a whole lot. Yeah, I could get some more Yankees things in here. I'm a huge Yankees fan, and you really wouldn't know it based on the background. I could switch Damian Lillard and Gleyber. That could actually be an idea I've never considered. But the Lillard thing looks so cool. He's not even on the Blazers anymore. I'm not even a Blazers fan. I just like Damian Lillard. Because of LaMarcus Aldridge, who went to Texas. Hook him. Anyway. Up 7-0, top of the fourth. 30 minutes away from MLB 24. Jace on Pluto. Ooh, India down the first base line. Pluto, thanks for the tier 1. It's going to be a double for Jonathan India. Kamara signed jersey. I hate to one-up you. I think I might even have two. That's a popular one that's been in some of those mystery boxes, is Alvin Kamara. I found a Devin Singletary signed picture today or yesterday, and I'm like, that's kind of funny, actually. He's on the Bills. Maybe I'll put that up there now, over the Saquon canvas. The Saquon canvas, I think, is awesome, though. What play from Adam Frazier. Missed the throw, and they still got the tag. Who gets more wins, Oklahoma or Texas? Texas has a better schedule and a better team. I think Texas. And I hate Oklahoma, but I do think it's Texas. Scribs, welcome back. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. 54 months. Why did we swing it out with Ellie? Oh, because there were 2 strikes, of course. I did. Joe with a prime sub. Thank you very much, Joe. That is smoked. That's going to hit off the wall. Surely it's Yordan Alvarez, and he's got a noodle. Test him, Ellie. Here's a throw. God, oh no. I think when you're up 7, now 8-0, you can afford to do that. But, all right. I didn't expect Yordan Alvarez to make that throw. To roll over to short. O'Neal's done. It's 8-0 now. 8-0. Also, if you guys care about my Dynasty Fantasy Baseball League, which I only say that because it was brought up quite often on stream last year, we've added 3 more players into the league this year. TX Core dropped from the league. Just too busy. But we added in Gut Fox, Graceful Swan, and Scuffy McGee. And they actually have an expansion draft right now. Gut Fox has the first pick. And this here is potentially extra bases. Although Fraley's got a decent arm. Don't think he's going to be able to make this throw. That is a double for Kyle Tucker. And Ferguson has outstayed his welcome. We're going 100 green. But, yeah, Scuffy's got pick number 2. Swan's got pick number 3. And because Tay left the league, his players are up for grabs. So I would expect Gut Fox to maybe take Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at number 1. He's also got Royce Lewis, Someone's probably going to take in the first 3. Jesus Luzardo. Bo Bichette could be a top 3 guy easily. Maybe even number 1. The first-year player draft probably will be done on stream in a couple days as Green blows a fastball by Pena for strike 3. That probably will be on stream in a couple days, and that's like the new players that are coming over, like Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Wyatt Langford, Dylan Cruz, Paul Skeens, etc., and even current unclaimed players and prospects that maybe weren't in the pool before. It's gonna be a tough play for Ellie. He's got a cannon though, and he makes it look easy. 2 away. Yeah, I do have quite a few sports cards. I used to be really into it as a kid, but now as I've been older, I've got some more of the high-end stuff. But haven't bought anything in a really long time, so I'd say 2 or 3 years maybe. The players I left unprotected, nobody's super significant. Let me tell you.
2 balls, 1 strike.
It was Gabriel Gonzalez, the Twins prospect. Christian Robinson, a Diamondbacks prospect. Jared Jones, a Pirates pitching prospect. Oh, man, just late on that with Fraley. That could have been a homer. That could have been a homer. 2-2 to Fraley. Ooh, roll over. Could be a tough play. Fraley makes it pretty close, but he's out. Let's see here. Am I starting my women's road to the show at midnight? Yeah, people keep asking that, TC. Of course, everyone's just itching to know whether that's going to be high up on the priorities list. Yeah, I might. Ooh, Renfroe works a walk. Noel V. Marte is on Mr. Hurricane's team, and I'll tell you, his team really couldn't afford something like that to happen. He's got a rough squad, as this actually could be too. Very lax AB. You need to take that more seriously. I do have the number 1 overall pick. It's between Wyatt Langford and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Wheels picks at number 2. He's certainly taking one of those guys. But I will say I am leaning Wyatt Langford. I'm trying to see my actual transactions here to tell you exactly who I've dropped. Who I've left unprotected. Okay, yeah, Gabriel Gonzalez, Jared Jones, Christian Robinson, and Giancarlo Stanton. So, with my injuries, I was able to hide some of my guys on IL. But I had to drop 4 guys, or leave 4 guys unprotected. I obviously didn't want to put some of those guys in there, but I figure those are the most replaceable guys, especially Christian Robinson. E-Rock TV, thanks so much for the Prime sub. First 3 months of MLB The Show. It's a fun time. That's got to be strike 3. Sword. Nope. All 3. Fidwa, thanks so much for the Prime sub. It says I hate ads. Me too. That's why when I watch streamers, strike 3, Hunter Green sits down, Sam up. When I watch streamers, I make sure to hit the subscribe button, whether it's a tier 1 or a Twitch Prime. Then I don't get ads, and it's a much better viewing experience. I used to wear the blue light glasses more than I do now.
3-1.
I think it's a good late night tool, but I mean a lot of people don't know that they're blue light and just think I wear glasses, and I don't need them usually. And also I don't need to be falling asleep. I like the bright light to keep me energized when I actually have to be streaming and recording and things. But editing, yeah, sure, I'll throw them on. Use code Bengal. Felix Gray. I haven't been sponsored by them in a while. But whether it was placebo or not, it felt like it did help the eye strain. You know, the top of the 6th now. Kind of gone on a bit of a dry spell. No runs last inning. As Christian Encarnacion Strand swings over a slider. Takes that one low.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fastball. That kind of looked like a 2-seamer. Logan, thanks for the tier 1. Here's 3-2. Should get out of play foul, and it does. I want the Giants to draft a QB if they can get one of the top 3. I wouldn't be ecstatic about McCarthy at 6. Or with a trade up to 4 or 5. I think they take a receiver. They just have Encarnacion here in the game, Big Boss. But in real life, I think he does get the full Encarnacion strand on there. It looks like a piece of macaroni as India is drilled. Really just a slider. And we're starting to get a bit of a rally here off Whitley, who's gone 81 strong with just 1-run ball, I believe. And his pitch mix has been kind of a problem. He throws quite hard, but the off-speed stuff is quite slow. Control is not quite there for him, but sometimes that's good. As long as you're not, wild in the zone and leave things down the middle. But some of these guys, they aim down the middle. Stevenson really tears into this one in the right center field gap. Should score 2. It's going to be a bases clearing double. 2 RBI double for Tyler Stevenson. But some of these guys with exceptional movement, maybe throw a big-time sweeper or a really hard sinker with a lot of movement, they'll just aim down the middle and let the movement, do the talking, so to speak. Here comes Hunter Brown. Another young Astros pitcher with some pretty good stuff. Although it should be easier to hit here in MLB show land. It's just sinker and cutter have kind of ruled the meta. We'll see if that happens in 24. I'm sure it will. Fastball, changeup, kind of always been easier to see, and we are late on the heater. I haven't really been able to really get into one with Ellie. A little bit disappointing. Collecting cards are just memorabilia. I have some things already, and I wouldn't really say I'm collecting memorabilia. I like things for the background. It's a tax write-off for me, which is kind of nice. But I like to get the players I like, of course. Obviously, that goes without saying. O'Neal could drive in another run here, and he does. Thank you, Tyler. 3rd RBI for him today. But yeah, I did actually collect cards for a little bit. It kind of was I would say a COVID kind of thing, and a little bit after, during the lockdown, got big into that. But I haven't bought anything in a while. Jake Fraley. You're due for a home run. Could solidify World Series MVP. 3-1. I'll have a chance here. I don't want to buy Jason Dominguez at the peak of the hype. I want to see what he's got first. Electric week. I was in the stands for his first home run here at Minute Maid. His whole family was there. It was awesome. I was in the same section. So, I already knew what they looked like because they were on TV as Fraley basically tears the cover off this one, and it gets past McCormick. Could we have an inside the Parker? Fraley's around second. Alvarez going to get it. He still barely retrieved it. Here's the throw to short. Cut off to home. Not in time. Inside the park home run for Jake Fraley. Not the way I thought he would get a homer if he hit one. But it's an inside the Parker. Screaming line drive, and then they let Jordan Alvarez run after it. Unbelievable. Why did they do that? Badly managed team. It's 13-0. And Renfro's hit. Charge the mound. Where's the charge the mound button? Oh my goodness. 13-0 and Hunter Brown's hitting batters. I'm thinking Jake Fraley may have solidified World Series MVP. We'll see. I don't know how they determine that. Good take. But we will see. Dude, throwing a position player, pitcher, like you're saving your actual rotation or bullpen for the next day, in Game 4 of the World Series, up 3-0, would be hilarious. And extremely disrespectful, and I'll consider it. Although we might just be able to let Hunter Green take us across the finish line. Dude, MLB Slugfest was a great game. I want to say Charge the Mound was also an MLB 2K feature at one point. Am I misremembering? It was definitely in the bigs, right? I can't remember if MLB 2K had it. I wasn't a The Show guy growing up. I was an MLB 2K guy, as well as the bigs. Great game. I want to say it was in 2K, but maybe not. Nice roll over there. Success is there. Out. Number 3. Headed to the 7th. Logan, thanks so much for the Prime sub. Welcome back. Dude, MLB 2K, speaking of the Astros, my career mode player was drafted by the Astros. I was a switch hitting monster. And this was probably around the time when I actually did switch hit in real life. I went back somewhat quickly. Because I could only like slap hit the ball as a lefty, and my form was horrendous, and I was always fast, so it worked a little bit, but I could actually hit quite well as a righty, and everybody threw righty, and I was just more comfortable. So even though you could get the platoon advantage, it was just you're only seeing fastballs pretty much at that level, middle school. Obviously, some people work in a 2-seamer along with a 4-seamer, change up. Maybe start to see some curveball 7th or 8th grade, but anyway, when you're growing up, sometimes you just make a super overpowered type build when you're playing my career. This could be a double play. No, Frazier can't handle it, and he can't get anybody. Runners on first and second, nobody out. But yeah, I made my guy a switch hitter, and I remember just hitting nukes off the railroad tracks at Minute Maid. It was electric. And I like the 2000s Astros jerseys. I might be in the minority there, the ones with like the burnt orangey red. I know it seems a little bit weird, not everybody likes them, but I thought they were fine. I played in high school, but I wasn't very good. I stopped caring about baseball. And I was also young for my grade. I was undersized. I'm not trying to make excuses. I didn't end up being that good in high school, but I really did stop caring. When you are in middle school, a lot of you guys will probably, represent with this if you, played baseball growing up or currently do. It can just be a lot. When I was playing baseball, I played, and this is all, I would say middle school time period, 5th to 8th grade, something like that. When you're playing on multiple teams in the spring, that's school, that's travel, that's rec, and then you play summer ball, and then you play fall ball, ground ball up the middle. Now Frazier wants to make an incredible play. Double plays turn, that's the end of the top half of the 7th. But then you play fall ball. You do training in the winter. I appreciate it from my dad. He was looking out for me. Thought I really wanted to be a baseball player, and I did for a while. But you really find out if you love baseball at that level. He would get me for Christmas every year, it seemed, I would get a gift certificate for a certain amount of hours with a hitting instructor at this place, and I'm like, Jesus, I found out maybe I don't love baseball this much, because I absolutely did not want to go inside a facility and practice baseball in the middle of fucking January every year. And again, I might sound ungrateful here, and I wasn't. I was grateful about it, but you really find out, and then of course do it all over again in the spring. It's just a lot of baseball. And at that point, I really started to like football more than baseball. And I really wanted to play football. My mom wouldn't let me in middle school, which is probably for the best. I played football in high school a little bit. I'm about 6'3" now. I would say 6'2" and a half, maybe 6'2" and a quarter. But in my freshman year of high school, I was about 5'3", maybe 5'4". As the Astros are finally on the board, it's Jamer Candelario with a solo shot off Hunter Green. And Chris Paul hits a 3. As the Astros pull it back within 20. Or within 40, whatever that score was for Chris Paul. Sam DeLuke, welcome back, 23 in a row. Yeah, Saquon's gone. It's like, it wouldn't sting as much if it wasn't the Eagles. Let's just be real about it. That's why it stings. Also, he was my favorite player on the Giants. But I've got a new favorite player on the Giants, which would shock no one. Brian Burns. I'm stoked about it. Aiden, thank you as well for the Tier 1. Baseball's tough to handle as a kid. Having confidence is so hard. I could see that. For me, I don't think it was a confidence thing. I think it was just burnout. And, like, I pitched, and I could get frazzled on the mound if I lost the zone a little bit. And, you know, when you're 12 years old, that's understandable because you're a kid. And I'm sorry if this offends anybody. I'm not going to be too offensive with it, but I'll tell you, even at a young age, I never understood the kids that cried after a loss. I thought it was embarrassing when I was like 10. I'm like, what the fuck are these kids doing? It's like, you almost get a superiority complex. I know, just statistically, some of you will have cried or do cry after games. It doesn't mean you don't want to win, and you don't take it seriously if you don't cry. It's not, I just want it more. I care more. But god damn, dude, after the strikeouts too, the pouting. I would always, like, I would get mad at myself, but I would never, he struck me out. It never would happen. Or, we lost 4-3 in rec baseball. Like, I'm like, what is happening? Anyway. No, I definitely wasn't a helmet slammer. I don't know. I don't think I did anything particularly weird. I was just on the mound. I definitely would get visibly frustrated myself if I couldn't find the zone. That's the one thing I remember. Is just being frazzled in that way, but maybe this won't surprise you guys. I was always kind of like the class clown type of guy. So, you know, I'd joke around at the plate. I didn't catch in traveler school, but I caught on occasion in rec just because it's kind of fun to do everything. And I would talk so much. I don't even know if it was just shit, but I would be nonstop talking to the batter. Some of the umpires would tell me to knock it off, but some wouldn't. But I was always kind of like, you know, joking around. So I was never really too mad when I was playing because I was always having fun playing for the most part. But I would say growing up, not that I was selfish, but oftentimes, like, you know, I would be more worried about my own performance than the team sometimes. I'm very much different now. Like, I see Antonio in the chat, the Ant Ortiz. If you guys are interested in franchise content, check him out. Might even be collabing over there in the near future. But when Antonio and I play Counter-Strike, I don't really care how I play. I have to play well, if, you know, for us to win usually. But I care about winning, and that's it. But back when I was growing up, you know, when I'm like, you know, 10 or 12, I was like, how did I do today? You know? So I'm glad I kind of grew out of that.
Nope.
But I'm still competitive.
3-1.
Not as competitive as I used to be, probably. But yeah, I always really did want to win too. I was just a competitive guy. Now maybe not as much, but it comes out on occasion. Here's a play at the plate. Why are you sending that? Look at the score. What are you doing? Astros run themselves out of an inning. They have 3 outs left. We have 7 minutes to MLB The Show 24. V1748. Thanks so much for the prime sub back to 25. Oh no, a strikeout. B-Matt, welcome back. 2 in a row. Hey, fellow Giants fan here. Is it crazy to be okay with Neighbors at 6 this year, then maybe Shadur next year at quarterback? I don't think that's crazy at all. I think we'd be pretty happy for Neighbors to get to 6 at this point. Will you be in position for Shadur Sanders next year, though? That's tough because he might be the best quarterback, even though a lot of people, Shadur Sanders sucks. He very much does not. Really doesn't. Right now, he's probably, I would say, the favorite to be the first overall pick next year. But I don't know. It's just when you're in potential quarterback range, you take a QB because it's very tough to find them later. Very, very tough. However, you don't reach on a quarterback just because they play QB. So, I mean, we got a lot of teams that need quarterback. I really expect the first 3 picks of the draft to all be QB. To the teams currently picking in those spots as Winker extends top of the 9th. Jackson Dart's cool. I'm just not sure he's on that same type of level. Right now, I think Carson Beck is in play for QB1. I'll tell you, there's a quarterback at Houston. His name's Donovan Smith. He's about 6'5", 240. Big dude playing QB. He got a cannon. If Donovan Smith has a good year for Houston, I really think he could end up getting some hype. Nobody's really talking about it, but he's got the physical tools for sure. I wouldn't really put Ewers in that top conversation. I know you guys would think I would because I'm a big Texas fan, but, you know, of course, I've watched all the games, and, of course, doing all the tape study for the draft, I've watched a lot of Texas all 22 as well. So I'm seeing what Quinn's doing from the end zone view. And, you know, even so, you know, you can see how a quarterback goes through their progressions if they do. But he just... We've heard generational with him as a recruit, and he was a top-rated recruit ever on 24/7. Jonathan India hits one deep to left off the wall of the Crawford boxes. We're going to try to score here. Here's the play at the plate. Got him. But I would say that I need to see more from Quinn. It's tough in the Texas offense. It's very RPO dominated, a lot of screens. But we're just going to leave Hunter Green in instead of a position player. But I need to see more from Quinn. I'm hoping that he shows out because that means good things for Texas football in 2023. But I don't really think he's the #1 overall pick or close type of player at this point. And we'll see. Dominance, welcome back for 17. Joey the Ginge as well. I like Isaiah Davis. Not
2 balls, 1 strike.
Not the most explosive, but, you know, solid downhill runner. Fly ball deep to center. O'Neal tracking it down, and he makes the play at the track. And hopefully the final batter of the game as we look to our ace to end this series. Big Tex, thanks for the sub. That's on Connor Wigman. Is he going to be the starter this year? I guess he would be, right? Does Jamer Candelario... He is the Astros offense at this point. 2 solo shots for Candelario. And now it's down to Pedro Leon. And he's going to keep things alive as well. Unless Jake Fraley can make a play. He cannot. We're 3 minutes away from MLB The Show 24 launching. And we are still trying to win the World Series. Do we end it with Hunter Green? Get a quick mound visit. This is his last batter one way or another. It's the #9 hitter, Sam Huff. Fastball to center. O'Neal raging over. Makes the catch. The Reds are World Series champs again. For the first time since the 70s, right? The big red machine is back. Hunter Green ends it in style. O'Neal making a couple of nice plays in center. Jake Fraley, a hero for us. We got to see the rise of so many great players in this franchise. Some were drafted like Enrique Magana. He played a little bit this year, but really it was guys that we brought in. Tyler O'Neill, Hunter Renfroe. Ellie De La Cruz was developed. Matt McClain. Tyler Stevenson's been a monster player. And then you have the heroes like Jake Fraley again. I got to mention him. This was arguably our MVP of the whole series. Everything factored in. Whatever the the game decides, Jake Fraley is my World Series MVP. That is the 6th championship for the Reds. Absolutely gotta love it. And do we get a World Series MVP? I think we actually see that in the main menu. But I thank you guys for watching along this series. It is over now. That, you know, MLB The Show 24 is just 2 minutes away. And Jesse Winker is given World Series MVP. Did I miss something with Jesse Winker? All right. I mean, he homered, maybe even a couple times. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He did hit 455. All right. That's going to do it for this series, guys. Look forward to seeing you for MLB 24. And we got to go. Live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Bengal. See you in the next one. Take it easy.